What's going on, family? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you're doing well. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. Come on, come on. Drop some fire emojis in the chat. We are back, as a matter of fact. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, yeah. It's going to be a lovely day on this love day. I hope it's been a lovely day so far on this love day for you. Yes, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. You are in the mix, and not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but at six. Yes. Whether you're watching us on the digital airwaves of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, we don't stop. YouTube. Yes. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you all are watching with us. I welcome you. I welcome you to In the Mix at 6. And of course, on YouTube, make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, particularly on the YouTube side. Come on, invite somebody in tonight. We're in the mix at 6. Invite at least 6 people in tonight. In the mix at 6, invite at least 6 people in for this courageous conversation that we're getting ready to have. Come on, come on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, on this love day, I'm showing y'all some love. I'm showing y'all some love. How am I showing y'all some love? I've got an amazing Valentine's Day sale going on right now. What do I mean by that? 20% off of everything. Give you 20% off of everything today. Okay. I'm literally showing you some love on Love Day. Everything from merch, t-shirts to digital products is on sale. Go to theeaglesacademy.com/store. All you have to do is put in the word SOAR, SOAR, on everything that I have. I'm giving you 20% off today. You can become a member of as well of the Eagles Academy. I know you're asking, well, does that include the Eagles Academy? Yes, it does. Go to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button. You'll see a coupon code space there. All you have to do is put in the word SOAR at checkout and you get 20% off. I'm teaching a session tonight, right after this, called Leading with Love in my Eagles Academy. You want to be a part of that? Go there, go there, go there. 20% off. Use the word SOAR, checkout. Be a part of it. Go right now. If you're ready, this is what I need you to do. I need you to post an emoji heart in the comment section. If you're ready, post an emoji heart in the comment section. Why do I want you to post an emoji heart? Because I'm getting ready to speak to your heart. Come on, post a heart because I want to speak to your heart. Post a heart, then post a rose. Come on, post an emoji rose as a sign that you're about to bloom where you've been planted. Come on. I need you. I need you to drop a heart. I need you. I need you to post a heart. Post your emoji hearts. Yes. Post your emoji heart because I'm getting ready to speak to your heart. Post a rose as a sign that you're getting ready to bloom where you've been planted. This is what I want to do today. Let me first move my chair back. This is what I want to do today. I want to share some lessons from a rose today. The conversation today that we're getting ready to have is make room to bloom. You got to get the books. The relationship rules, how to win at love, leadership, leveraging your purpose. Go get the book. Come on, treat yourself today. Go get the book. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, Audible. Go get Dear Queen, Volume 1, Dear Queen, Volume 2. Yes, get the book Wife, Wisely Inspired, Faithfully Empowered. Get Woman, Wonderfully Orchestrating Magnanimous Achievements Naturally. Yeah. Get, I don't know. I got 16 of them out there. We'll be here all day if I'm talking about them. Go get the books. Add me to your library. Talking about some lessons from a rose today. But before I do that, I want to start by apologizing for something I said yesterday. Yeah. That's where I want to start off. I want to start off apologizing for something that I said yesterday, and I need to express my sincerest and most humble apology because here it is. I said it, so I got to own it. Accountability is everything. If you can remember, I made a statement yesterday, and some of y'all saying, what do you got to apologize about?" Just stick with me. I made a statement yesterday saying that as men and women age, we all have some level of attrition. Attrition, aka we have some form of a gradual decline. Why? Because what I say, life will life. As you get older, certain things are gonna sag, certain things are gonna drop, certain things are gonna droop. So what did I do? I made an example by saying that Halle Berry in the movie Losing Isaiah doesn't look like the same Halle Berry in Boomerang. And ladies and gentlemen, I have to apologize because I was out of line. Because like a fine wine, Halle Berry gets better with time. I gotta apologize for that. Please forgive me for my brash delivery. I gotta apologize for that. A few years ago, I met the one and only Halle Berry, and I had a great conversation with her, if I do say so myself. I'll talk about that another day. But today, I owe Halle Berry an apology because that woman could have on glad rags and she'd still be fine. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. But happy Valentine's Day, Halle, too. I hope you accept my apology, Miss Berry. I hope you accept my apology. Come on, y'all, laugh a little bit. Laugh a little bit. Y'all like, dang, what in the world is he getting ready to apologize for? Ah, yeah. It's not only love day, it's laugh day. That's what it is. I want to share some lessons from a rose today. A rose is still a rose. Baby girl, you still a flower. On this special Valentine's Day, um, say, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. On this special Valentine's Day, I cannot ignore the fact that we got to talk about love. We just have to. It is the red elephant in the room. How can you really avoid the topic of love on the preeminent day that we celebrate love? Of course, we should celebrate it every day, but particularly certain days that we set aside to really acknowledge it. And here's the thing: even though love should be shown every day, when you lead with love every day, you don't solely rely on a holiday to show it, to express it. And here's the question that I have to you and I have for you as we even launch into this love day topic today. What does love mean to you? What does love look like to you? What are your love languages? What does love mean to you? What does love look like to you? What are your love languages? Is it superficial? Is it about what you can take or what you can give? And here's the thing, I'm sure we can all agree that we need more love in our world. However, what I realize is that it will never be seen in the world until it's first exemplified in our world. It'll never be seen in anybody else's heart until it's first exemplified in our heart. What do I mean by that? It first begins with us. And how can you express love to someone if you don't have it internally in yourself? How can you expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself? And really loving others becomes a lot easier when you love you, right? And here's the thing about love. In reality, we all want love. But love is oftentimes an abstract concept. We all want love, but not all in the same way that we want love. Because love is oftentimes an abstract concept. So what we need to do is that we need to try to make what is seemingly so abstract less abstract. Essentially, we just want to be acknowledged. We just want to be appreciated. That's really what love boils down to. Acknowledgement, appreciation. It's as simple as this. I see you and I'm grateful for you. Acknowledgement and appreciation is I see you and I'm grateful for you. That's what love is about. We love him because he first loved us. And here's the thing, you don't need a Valentine to feel validated. Let me say that twice because it's oh so nice. You don't need a Valentine to feel validated. Why? Because love begins within before it happens with them. When you become a person of love, you will attract love. Love isn't just some holiday that begins and ends on Valentine's Day. What it should do is that it should grow stronger each and every single day because gifts don't replace love. Love is the greatest gift. And here's the thing, we have to understand this, that you can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. Let me say that again. You can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. And in that aspect, when you show love every day, then a holiday is just like any other day. What does love do? Love positions you for the future and propels you past your past. Love positions you presently for the future and propels you past your past. Here's the thing that we really need to think about when it comes to relationships. Some relationships are filled with amazing gifts, filled with expensive gifts, but those gifts oftentimes come with empty hearts. What I mean, the bracelet oftentimes became a handcuff because now you're shackled to somebody who isn't good to you, much less good for you. A necklace became a noose simply because you were hanging around the wrong person. An empty pocket that has a heart filled with love, hear me, is more wealthy than a full pocket with a heart void of love. Oftentimes, what we're doing is that we're looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love in all the wrong places is not worth it just to say you have somebody. And here's the thing, when you are a person of love, you don't have to go searching for love. Love comes searching for you. If you become a person of love and you reflect the spirit of love, love will locate you. Send me your location. Let's focus on communication because I don't need nobody else but you. Understand that you will hear me. You will attract what you become. Yeah. Oftentimes we get so caught up in giving gifts that we fail to realize that we are a gift to somebody. My presence is a present. Hmm? We get so caught up in giving gifts that we fail to remember that we are a gift. We're a gift, even if we are a gift to ourselves. Hmm? Because here's the thing about love. Love is the only gift that you can keep giving and never run out of it. You can only give so many Louis Vuitton bags. You can only give so many Christian Louboutin heels. Hmm? You can only give so much Clive Christian cologne. You can only give so many Maseratis and Lamborghinis out. Love is the only gift that you can keep giving and never run out of it. You have to realize this when you talk about a gift that you are a red box and a gold bow. I need you to post an emoji gift box. Why? I'm a red box and a gold bow. I'm the one who's going to unwrap the gift in myself. Come on. Put, listen, post an emoji gift box and type unwrap the gift in you. That's one of the name of my books, by the way. Go ahead and get the book. Unwrap the gift in you. It's a great gift to yourself. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Got to realize you're a red box and a gold bow. You are a gift to the world. Here's the thing, tangible gifts don't replace love because love is the greatest gift. And hear me, like I said before, you don't need a Valentine to feel validated. You may be alone today, but it doesn't mean you have to be lonely. You can be alone and not lonely. How? When you enjoy your own company. A lot of people are definitely afraid to be alone. It pains them to be by themselves. So here it is. They're still in a crowd of people, but they still feel alone because they're trying to make people, the environment, the aura, the situation feel the void. You can never expect anybody to love you if you don't love you. And it first begins by you starting to love yourself. Even in a world filled with hate, love is preeminent. I love what Dr. King said. Dr. King declared, hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. What do I mean? What did he mean? You can't show love with bitterness in your heart. Can't show love with anger and strife and hatred in your heart. Love and hate cannot occupy the same space. One is going to cancel out the other. Right? And here's the thing. When you connect to God, he provides you with love under new management. No games, no gimmicks, no tricks, no schemes. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. It's his love for you out of the depth of who he is that empowers you to love yourself. It empowers you to not only love yourself, it empowers you to love others. It empowers you to walk in your unique purpose. What does his love do? His love for you now reconciles you to him. It reconciles you to yourself. It reconciles you to your brothers and your sisters around you. You can't tell me about your vertical relationship with God, but your horizontal relationship with those who are made in the image of God, your brothers and your sisters, is off. Love has a boomerang effect. And I'm not talking about Halle Berry being in the film. It has a boomerang effect. What do I mean by that? The more love you share, the more that it comes back to you. Hmm? Yeah. Love is more than just a word and intensifies when we give it meaning. Love is about more than what it says. Love is what it does. Love is an action word. Love is a verb. It requires action. Love doesn't neglect. Love protects. Love isn't selfish. Love is selfless. Love, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, causes you to look into the love text. Love is patient. Love is kind, to where here it is, you ought to reflect what love is, to where you should be able to substitute your name for the word love. Eddie is patient. Pookie is kind. Keisha is patient. Come on. You ought to be able to substitute your name for the word love, or your love interest name for the word love. Yeah. Significant other means more than just sign if I can't. I want, come on, come on. Significant means more than just sign if I can't. No, it means their level of love plays a role of significance in your life because their words and their works align. Remember that love is about more than just finding a perfect person. Last time I checked, I'm not perfect. Last time I checked, you're not perfect. We are imperfect people. Real love is not about finding a perfect person. Real love is about learning to love an imperfect person as perfectly as we can. Real love drives out hate. Real love transforms death into life. Real love, what it does is that it transforms stumbling blocks into stepping stones. Real love can help a hurting hater. Real love can transform haters into elevators and escalators. Real love can be good to somebody who was never good to you. Don't stop being bad. Don't stop being good because somebody treated you bad. Because here it is. God's love now becomes the blueprint. God's love now provides a boomerang effect as imperfect people become perfect for one another. You got to realize this: chocolates get stale, roses wilt, but only real love lasts. I want to talk about the rose tonight. Speaking of roses, every February 14th, come on, somebody just drop a rose. Come on, post an emoji rose in the chat as an indication that you're going to bloom where you've been planted. Speaking of blooming where you've been planted, if you're not a part of the Eagles Academy, this is where I coach, is where I teach, is where I train, is where I mentor, is where I empower you to really maximize your mindset, to sharpen your skill set, to build your tool set, to increase yourself as an asset in any environment. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. I want you to be a part of this amazing Eagles Academy. Is where I'm giving you strategy, structure, solutions, systems to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence, to grow in your business, to develop in your relationships, to experience the transformation that you want this year. I'm showing you how to get it real clear. Come on. You don't just succeed in a silo. You don't soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. Join our team. Come on, experience the transformation internally. Experience the transformation financially, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. Join the Eagles Academy. Put in the code SOAR at checkout, and I'm giving you 20% off. I'm showing you love on Love Day. Here's the thing about the rose. People generally give the rose to as an expression of love. According to Time magazine, 250 million roses are produced each and every single year on this particular holiday. Did you hear what I just said? That's 250 million, probably even more than that. Roses are produced on this particular holiday. According to the New York Post, roses are scarcer and more expensive to purchase wholesale this time of year. What do I mean by that? Hear me. If there's ever a time when your value should rise and appreciate totally, completely, and holistically, it ought to be right now. I'm not just going to get booed up with just anybody. You got to say, listen, I'm not just going to get booed up with just anybody simply because it's cuffing season or a holiday. I'm already locked into my purpose. Notice this: roses bloom in spring, not in the winter. But their most popular time is in the winter. Did you hear what I just said? Roses bloom in spring, but not in the winter. But their most popular time is in the winter. Hear me. Where God is taking you, most people don't even think it's your time for elevation. They said you were too young. They said you were too old. They said you were past your prime. They said you were over the hill. They said you're doing too much. And it's not your season yet. But hear me. Your season started when you were born. So it's not only my time, but it's your time. Tupac Shakur talked about the rose. He said, be the rose that grows through concrete. You got to understand this, that the tests, the trials, and the thorns of life are really designed to be an opportunity for you to break through. Yeah, it's an opportunity for you to break through. In the midst of the breakdown, it's an opportunity for you to break through. Listen, your life may have been planted in a negative environment. Your life may have been planted in a negative situation. Your life may have been planted in all types of negativity. But here it is. In the midst of that, you got to stay positive in the negative situation. Come on, somebody just drop a rose right now. Somebody just drop a rose right now. Come on, if you know that you're getting ready to bloom where you've been planted. Come on. You know you're getting ready to bloom where you've been planted. Come on, post a rose right now. Post a rose. Post a rose right now. A changed situation is a byproduct of a changed mindset. What you have to do is that you got to use the resources. You have to use the ingenuity. You have to use the God given gifts within you to here it is, bloom where you've been planted. Somebody just type make room to bloom. Come on, make room to bloom. Moderator, check out the chat. Check out the private chat. Hear me clearly. You are a rose despite the thorns of life that seek to damage you. Got to realize it. You're a rose despite the thorns of life that seek to damage your petals of peace. Here's what you can't do. Don't allow the weeds of worry. Don't allow anything to choke the seeds of strength that is in your spirit. Make sure that what is planted in your mind, that what is planted in your ears, that what is planted in your spirit, in your soul to help you reach your goal causes you to progress, causes you to bloom where it is that you have been planted. This is what you got to do. You got to get up. You got to brush your shoulders back off. You got to straighten up your crown. Queen, you got to straighten your crown. King, you got to straighten your crown. You were not built to break down. You were built to break through. Come on, for me to make room to bloom, for you to make room to bloom, you got to clear the clutter. You got to get rid of that stinking thinking. You got to get rid of all the things that are causing the walls to close in on you so that you can open new doors of opportunity that God is affording to you. Listen, it's time to grow. I got to not just go through, I got to grow through what it is that I go through. Grow through the obstacle, grow through the lie, grow through the negativity, grow through the breakup, grow through the divorce, grow through the pain, grow through the sickness, grow through the diagnosis. Begin to bloom where you've been planted. But hear me, in order to begin blooming, you have to keep pruning if you intend on growing. Let me say that again. In order to keep blooming, you have to keep pruning if you intend on growing. In order to bloom, you got to make room. And hear me, what do I mean by prune? There are some things that have to be cut away. There's some things that you're going to have to get rid of effective immediately. There's some things, because here's the thing about it. What I understand about growth is that growth oftentimes brings pain. They call it growing pains for a reason. Growth oftentimes brings pain. Why? Because growth is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Everybody wants change until they have to engage in it. And here's the thing that you got to realize. Sometimes it hurts to break away from the bad habits and the things that you like to do, but you know they aren't any good for you. Sometimes it hurts to break away from people who you know aren't any good to you, but you got history with them. You ignore destiny at the expense of history. You got to understand this. Life is not fair because life will life. And because life will life, we all will have pain. But here's the thing, what I understand about pain, there's two types of pain. It's either pain of discipline or it's the pain of consequence. And generally the pain of consequence is I shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's regret. But the pain of discipline is I did what I didn't feel like doing to get to where I wanted to be. You never waste time when you work on yourself. You never waste time when you invest in yourself. Why? Because your ROI, your return on investment, is reclaiming our image. There is no ROI without the ROI. Those in my Eagles Academy know what I'm talking about. There's no ROI without the ROI. The return on investment begins by reclaiming our image. Pain of discipline comes from doing what you don't feel like doing, but focusing on the task with the end result in mind to get where you want to be. Here's the thing, what I understand about growth, there is no growth without self reflection. There is no growth without accountability. I know accountability is kryptonite for many of us. Yeah. There is no growth without personal analysis, self development, spiritual wisdom, sound direction, awareness of purpose. These are all integral components to what I was talking about even yesterday. Bake the cake. Let the cake bake. If you missed that, go back and watch part 2 of what did I talk about yesterday? Somebody help me out. Let me see if you remember. 4 keys a day with direction. Can we put that up again? Looks so beautiful, don't you agree? All right. And I'm not talking about me. Go back and watch it. But here's what you got to do. You got to dig deep within the interpersonal soil of your soul. Why? So that you can plant. You can plant strength. You can reap a harvest of hope. You can reap a harvest that is not blockaded by hindrance. And here's the thing, when we're talking about in order to bloom, you got to prune. Blooming is a result of pruning. Some relationships need to be cut so that things in our life can grow. You want next, but you're still holding on to the X. And now you're X'd out of opportunities. Stinking thinking's got to be cut. Negative disposition has got to be cut. Attitudes that negate our altitude has got to be cut. Some things will grow incorrectly unless they are cut properly. And here it is. Some things just won't grow at all unless they're cut. Excuses need to be cut. Negative self-talk needs to be cut. If you say you can or if you say you can't, I come to let you know that you're correct. Bad associations need to be cut. People who use you up and don't acknowledge you need to be cut. People who take from you, don't give you credit, and don't add to you need to be cut. Hmm? People who are a hindrance, people who bring up that which traumatizes you and triggers you, people who gaslight you, hmm? Need to be cut. Because here's the thing, God will close the door on relationships that are worthless because he knows that you're worth more. Here it is. Sometimes God had to do the certain pruning. Sometimes God had to cut some things out of your life because you wouldn't do it. Hmm? This is what we're doing. A lot of times we're trying to go back and get who God already delivered us from. If you really knew who you were, if you really knew the anointing, if you really knew the purpose that was on your life, if you knew the introspective disposition that you had to evaluate and cut things away that hinder you, you would grab them scissors quicker than somebody said ta-da. Because the price of your value is way too high, you need to cut it. Can I ask you a question? What is your ETA tonight? Come on, somebody just type ETA. Let me ask you that question. What is your ETA tonight? What do I mean by that? What is your estimated time of arrival into the Eagles Academy? Come on. You know that it is time to take flight. Time to soar on wings as an eagle. I guarantee you, if you spread your wings, you will win over and over again. I'm helping you to win tonight. I'm investing in you so that you can invest in you. I want you to go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button. I got a coupon code for you. I'm showing you love on Love Day. Yeah. Put in the word SOAR at checkout. I'm giving you 20% off so that you can join me in my academy, even tonight. Yeah. Register before 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you'll be a part of our session that I'm getting ready to teach tonight called Leading with Love. Offer ends at midnight. Register now so you can be a part of it. Showing you love on Love Day. Put in the word SOAR at checkout. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Isn't it interesting that a rose engenders beauty and pain? Do you understand it? The flower, the rose that we love so much, it engenders beauty, but it also engenders pain. What do I mean by that? The beauty of a rose is so magnanimous. Oh yeah. Uh, Can I use a few $10 words on Valentine's Day? Can I be intoxicated with exuberance in my intellectual verbosity? Can I be a little loquacious and bloviate? Just a little bit? Come on. The credulity and the credence of love. Beauty of it is so encompassing with a rose, the petals, the red, the way it blossoms, the way it blooms. But here's the thing about a rose. That's the beauty of it. But there's some pain attached to the rose. Don't grab a rose too quickly, too fast, in such a harsh way, because a rose will let you know that I got some thorns attached to this thing. The thorns on the rose are not to harm it. The thorns on the rose are to protect it. Talk, Eddie. They ain't ready. The thorns on the rose are not to harm it. The thorns on the rose are to protect it. You got to understand this, that the anointing on your life oftentimes attracts attacks. It oftentimes attracts people to you who don't always mean good for you, but they intend to attack you and mishandle you. But here's the thing, just like thorns on a rose, God's protective power is what gives you strength. Hear me. This is going to help somebody. This is going to bless somebody tonight. I'm a rose, but you better handle me with care. I double dare you. If you dare. Yeah, I'm a rose, but you better handle me with care. I'm beautiful enough to mesmerize you, but I'm tough enough to put you out of your misery. Hello, somebody. Oh, come on. Valentine's Day ain't only just about dancing through daisies and tiptoeing on tulips and focusing on a ruby red rose. I just rose to tell you. Yeah. You better watch how you handle your boy. Better watch how you handle your brother from another mother. Better watch how you handle your man 100 grand. Better watch how you handle my sister from another mister. I can either bless you up or mess you up. Be careful. Don't mishandle me. Here's the thing about a rose. Please forgive me for my brash delivery. Sorry, not sorry. Once the rose is cut and extracted from the earth, its life source diminishes rapidly. That's why they say immediately put the roses in some water. Its life source is diminishing rapidly. And here's the thing, it's rather important that you put the rose in water immediately. Listen, don't cut me if you don't care about me. Listen, because of the anointing, because of the talent, because of the gift that is on your life, make sure that the people in your life handle you with care. Somebody just typed TLC tonight, and I'm not talking about T-Boz. I'm not talking about Left Eye. And I sure ain't talking about chilly, even though it is chilly outside. I'm talking about the fact that I need tender loving care. I have a fragile, do not drop label on my life. Hmm. Somebody said I need both TLC and TLC because I was just playing no scrubs today. Let me give you 5 ways. I'm gonna try to get to 5. I'm pressed for time on Wednesdays. Let me give you 5 ways to keep your vision, your dream, your purpose, your relationships, your roses blooming. Somebody just type bloom, type bloom. Can I give you a few lessons from a rose? I think I've already given you enough. I could shut the door tonight, the digital door, that is. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm talking too good for y'all not to be tapping in. What's good? Come on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn. Let's get locked in. X. I need you to be an X factor. That's Twitter. Come on, YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Like, comment, share, subscribe. The great Aretha Franklin, the sister, singing, soldier, one of the baddest vocalists to ever step foot on this planet. Detroit, by the way, said that a rose is still a rose is still a rose. Baby girl, you still a flower. I don't often read this magazine, but according to Garden and Design, number one, you need to know your roots. Somebody type that. Know your roots. I'm talking about lessons from a rose. I just rose to talking about lessons from a rose. Make room to bloom. Number one, know your roots. It is Black History Month. Beyond just celebrating Black history, we have to do what it takes to create Black history. I got to know my roots. I got to know my historicity to move into my destiny. What does Garden and Design say? It says plant roses when climate conditions are ideal. What did I tell you? Roses shouldn't be planted in the wintertime, but they're given in the wintertime. Roses are planted in the springtime. So I got to plant when the conditions are ideal. And here's something. Scripture talks about it. Why did scripture say that there's seed time and harvest? Because it's got to be at the right time. Too many times we are doing things premature and we're always connected to an Ishmael rather than an Isaac. I don't have time to talk about and go into it in depth tonight. There's something called seed time and harvest. It makes no sense to plant in the winter. If you don't know where you've come from, you can't see where you're going. You got to understand this about faith. Faith is a location for my destination. And here's what I have history with God. I have a historicity with God. If he did it before, he could do it again. If he did it before, he can do it again. But generally, he's not going to do it the same way because he's too magnanimous and splendiferous. He's too creative to bring you out of the same situation the same way. Well, God, why don't you just run it back? Nah, I'm going to do it differently. Why? Because I'm rooted like a rose in my faith. Come too far to give up now. You didn't come this far to only come this far. Don't act like you got amnesia. Check the record. Remember your roots. Number 2, time it right. Time it right. I'm rushing and I'm hustling. Really want to take my time with it. But time waits for no man and no woman. Time it right. Best time to plant roses, as I said before, is in the springtime. No matter how cold, no matter how barren that has been in your life, I need you to get this tonight. No matter how cold, no matter how bitter, no matter how barren it's been in your life, I need you to understand this. Spring is coming. So somebody just type spring is coming. Best time to plant roses is in the spring, despite how cold, despite how barren, despite how cold and negative and chilly it's been in your life. Spring is coming. Whenever you receive a rose, I need you to understand this, it's an indication, it's a symbolism that spring is coming in your life. Well, I got a rose in spring. It means that you're getting ready to spring over some things. Yeah. Springing into the right relationship, springing into greater favor, springing into greater success, springing into a new idea, springing into greater things in the spirit, springing into greater ideas, impact, and influence. Spring is coming. Come on. I'm not just waiting till the spring to spring, but I'm going to spring with everything that God gave me. Spring up, oh well, within my soul. Why? Because 2024 is your leap year. Ah, somebody just type spring. Somebody just type leap. Spring. Spring out of the negative into the positive. You ought to spring. You ought to leap to a greater level. Jump into greater joy. I'm not crying, I'm rejoicing. I'm not mourning, I'm dancing. I'm not jealous of you having a Valentine. Good for you. I applaud you. Right? I'm not jealous of you having a Valentine because here's the thing. I don't know what you had to do to get him in the first place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait on God because waiting on God is not a waste of time. Having a Valentine doesn't validate me because I love me. Somebody just type that. Type I love me. Come on. Type I love me. Number 3. I love me. Number 3. Can I go to number 3? Number 3. Told you number 1, know your roots. Number 2, time it right. Number 3, dig deep. Somebody just type dig deep. The size of the hole in which you plant the rose is one of the key factors. What is it a key factor to? It's a key factor to getting the rose off to a good start. I'm a botanist tonight. Shout out to George Washington Carver. If you don't know him, Google him. Black history. It's no mystery. I'm going to be your agriculturist tonight. Here's what it is. I got to dig deep. Why? Because I need to enlarge my faith. The site said, talking about the roses, the site said that a plant's crown, you just missed your shout, should be at ground level. Somebody just drop an emoji crown. Drop an emoji crown. Come on, it's time for you to wear your crown. It's time for you to crown yourself with love, crown yourself with joy, crown yourself with peace, crown yourself. I know it looks like just roses, but really the roses, the petals are the rose's crown. Don't get too high on yourself. Don't get too low on yourself. You got to stay humble or you'll be humbled. Got to stay, here it is, grounded. The plant's crown should be at ground level. I got to stay grounded and then allow God to lift me to another level when it's my time. So what do I have to do? I got to stay humble or be humble. Sit down. Where's Kendrick at? Be humble. Sit down. Hold up. Be humble. Hold up. I got to dig deep. I got to dig deep and I got to discover love. When I dig deep, I discover my gifts. When I dig deep, I discover my greatness. When I dig deep, I recognize that there is a treasure within an earthen vessel. You found everybody else's treasure, but you ain't find yours? Hmm? The tragedy is to be gifted, but to never open your package. Many of us have opened the package, but here's what you haven't done. The tragedy, even further, is to be gifted, but to never use what's in your package. Your package with purpose, promise, possibility, and potential. Unwrap the gift in you and use it and make it do what it do. There's a treasure in an earthen vessel. Dig through your junk. Dig through the junk of what you've been through, and I guarantee you'll find a jewel there. Dig through the abuse, and you'll find out that you're still of use in God's hands. Come on, dig through the hurt, and I guarantee you'll find a remnant of healing there. Discover the jewel in you. I'm dropping jewels on you. Somebody just dropped some jewels tonight. Drop some jewels as an indication. Drop some jewels as a sign that you're going to shine. Drop some jewels that you as an indication that you know that there's some jewels inside of you. Number 4. Number 4. Y'all ready for number 4 tonight? Water and feed often. Number 4, water and feed often. I don't know if this is going to be a part 2. Oh, I don't know. I'm glad I didn't have a Valentine title in it because I could use it again. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Water and feed often. Listen, if you can't recognize that I'm enjoying this, why would you enjoy it too? You don't even want to show up if I'm not enjoying it. Water and feed often. Here's one thing. Listen, a know-it-all really knows nothing at all. You got to be able to learn from any and everything. And I'm learning from Rose. I'm schooling you on the game about a rose. Water and feed often. The amount and frequency of watering the rose will depend on your soil type and your climate. Here's the question I want to ask you tonight. What are you planted in? What are you planted in? What is the soil of your soul planted in? What climate and environment are you in? Hear me. How you water is as important, hear me, as the frequency of which you water. Are you understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? How I water is just as important as the frequency of which I water. Too much of anything is nothing. Hmm? Got to have a balance. Too many of us are too high. Too many of us are too low. I got to have some balance. Too much of anything isn't good. To produce an impressively display of flowers, here's what needs to happen. A rose bush needs to be fertilized regularly. And I want to ask you, what are you doing to feed your spirit? There is no worse thing. It's an eyesore, let me say, when roses are wilted. It's an eyesore when your faith is wilted. It's an eyesore when you give up on yourself. It's an ear sore when I hear you talking negative and talking down about you to you. Because your words create your world. What you put into the atmosphere will appear. Your future or your funeral is on the tip of your tongue. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Are you healthy or are you malnourished? Are you allowing God to water you with wisdom or the enemy with worry? Are you feeding your faith and starving your doubts? Hear me, last but not least. This is what I need you to do. Somebody just type this. Show the flowers off. Come on, somebody just type it. Show the flowers off. You've been hidden for a season and for a reason. But here it is. God is getting ready to show you off. You are God's display bouquet of how you overcame come what may. Let me say it again. Let me say it twice because it's so nice. You are God's display bouquet. Come on, give me a just a little pound. Come on, give me a little fist pound. You are God's display bouquet of how you overcame come what may. And here's what God's getting ready to do. God's getting ready to show you off to your spouse. God's getting ready to show you off for your next level. God's getting ready to show you off for the right love. God's about to show you off locally, nationally, globally. God is about to present you like a bouquet of flowers to the right person. Why? Because hear me, you are the right gift, not at the wrong address. You are the right gift at the right address. God is about to present you like a bouquet of flowers to the right person who will hold you, who will treat you with TLC, with tender love and care. God's getting ready to keep you fresh. God's getting ready to refresh you. You're not stale. You're not withered. Why? Because here it is, the rose of Sharon, the lily of the valley. He is the rose of Sharon. And guess what? He's sharing you to the right person. You're not stale, you're not withered, but God has placed a freshness inside of you. Somebody just type it: fresh vision, fresh anointing, fresh love. Come on. Show off the flowers. Why? Because you're too anointed to be anonymous. I got to leave you now. It's been good talking to you tonight, but I got a class to teach. I got a class to teach. Come on. Valentine don't validate you. It's not worth settling just to say you have a Valentine. You got to understand this, that your royalty demands loyalty. You're worth it. It's not worth it to try to make somebody realize that you are worth it. But here's what you got to realize. You got to realize that you are a rose. You got to realize that you are a rose. This is what I want you to do. I want you to stop pouting. I want you to stop sitting up, pouting. I want you to stop plucking petals off your rose, wondering, does he love me? He loves me. He loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. I want you to stop all that. I want you to stop. She loves me this, or does she not love me at all? Does he not love me this way? Does he not love me that way? And here's the thing. Why are you surprised when they don't love you at all? Because here it is. You keep questioning yourself. You keep questioning your value. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I'm throwing it in your way. I'm throwing it in your way. You keep questioning your self-esteem and your self-identity and who it is that you are. No, they're not going to love you because you don't love you. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. But here's what it is. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful to love myself. I ain't even got to get a bouquet of roses. Here it is. A petal will do. If you knew what I went through, a petal will do. I ain't going to let nobody pluck my petals. I'm not going to let nobody step on me. Stop pouting. Stop plucking your power. Stop pouting. Stop plucking what you should be pruning. Whether they love you or not, you got to love yourself. Because when you become a person of love, you receive love. When you become a person of love, you attract love. And the more love that you share with others, guess what? The more love comes back to you. The greatest gift that you can give is love. It's the only gift that you can keep giving and never run out of it. Roses wilt, chocolates get stale, but only real love lasts. I want to let you know tonight, stop and smell the roses. Come on. Come on, somebody just type smell the roses. Come on, this is what I need you to do. You have to love you before you expect somebody else to. Stop and smell the roses. I know most roses smell bad, but what eliminates the bad smell is changing the environment. Come on. Don't let pettiness cloud out your perfume. Don't let chaos cloud your cologne. Because here it is. In order for your vision to remain fresh, this is what God has to do. God has to change and arrange some things in your life. He's got to remove you out of a particular environment so that he can add to your destiny. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Take some time for you today. Take some time for you to give love to yourself on Valentine's Day. And not just on Valentine's Day, but every day, in every way. Take yourself out on a date. Buy yourself some roses and be as excited as if somebody gave them to you. Put a little card in there. And this is what I want you to write. This is what I want you to write on the card. Say, just because I love me. Are you hearing me? Having a Valentine doesn't validate you. Not having a Valentine doesn't invalidate you. Do you know what happens to maintain the freshness of the flowers, of the roses? This is what the botanist suggests. The botanist suggests stripping the leaves from the flower before being placed in a vase. Hear me. Before God presents you, before God shows you off, there are some things in your life that he has to strip from your life, that he has to prune from your life so that he can present you with the right person for life. You got to enjoy your own company. Get rid of that depression. Wipe your frown. Wear your crown. This is not the day to be depressed. This is not the day to be oppressed. This is not the day to be repressed. Because hear me, when you do that, you now turn Valentine's Day into Halloween. Alone doesn't mean lonely. You got to enjoy your own company. And here it is. 61% of the roses that are bought on Valentine's Day are red. All roses don't come in red, but 61% of the roses are red. And I don't know about you, but it reminds me that I've already been bought with a price. Red reminds me. Red ought to remind you that you've already been bought with a price. A car didn't buy me. Your money didn't buy me. Your rose didn't buy me. A house didn't buy me. A dinner date didn't buy me. Notoriety didn't buy me. But here's what it was. It was the red shed blood of Christ on the cross that brought us into a place of salvation. I don't know about you, but what did church mama sing at the service on first Sundays? I know it was the blood for me. Listen, you may have been stepped on, but the blood is going to cause you to bloom. You may have had your heart broken, but this is your season to bloom. Come on, somebody just type bloom. Come on, type bloom. You're getting ready to bloom where you've been planted. Bloom in your identity. Bloom in your self-esteem. Bloom in love. Bloom in leadership. Bloom in joy. Bloom in peace. Bloom in increase. Come on, type bloom. Bloom, because I'm getting ready to make room for the right one. I'm getting ready to make room for the right things. Come on. Hear me. Let me say this as well. If you're going to bloom, I guarantee if you bloom, you're going to experience a boom. Do you hear what I just said? If you bloom, you're going to experience a boom. The boom in your business, the boom in your vision for provision, the boom in your marriage. If you bloom, your relationships, if you bloom, your marriage is going to boom. It's going to another level. It's going to another dimension. It's being turned up to another degree. Are you with me? Listen, I want to show you how to bloom where you've been planted. I want to show you how to bloom. I want to show you how to experience the boom that it is that you want to receive in 2024 as your year for not just receiving more, but becoming more. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go to theeaglesacademy.com. Come on. Go to theeaglesacademy.com. I want you to become a part. I want you to become a member of the amazing Eagles Academy. Yeah. We're showing you how to bloom with your gift. As a matter of fact, it's not singular, it's plural. We're showing you how to bloom with your gifts to increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Yes. Strategy, structure, solutions to soar to another dimension. Come on. I'm giving you 20% off today on Love Day. I'm giving you the hookup. Holla if you hear me. Go ahead, become a part of the Eagles Academy. I've got a number of different resources at theeaglesacademy.com/store as well. You can get more. theeaglesacademy.com/store. Go ahead. Anything that is on there, bestseller book blueprint, successful speaker strategies, so on and so forth, merch, all of it. Put in the code SOAR at checkout. I'm giving you 20% off of everything. Thank me later. I got to get out of here. I got a class to teach y'all. We're going to pick it up tomorrow. You know, I always got more that is in store. I'm out of time, but I'm not out of truth. But I want to thank you. Thank you for joining me today for In the Mix at 6. Happy Valentine's Day in a great way. Yes. Check out the replay as well. Hit like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this with somebody. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, all of it. We don't stop. YouTube. Come on, make it do what it do. Share this, like, comment, share, subscribe. And you know, you got to follow me on all the social sites at EddieConnorJr. Put some respect on my name. No E's or S's in my last name. At EddieConnorJr. EddieConnorJr. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. This is yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother, family. It's been fun, but I gotta run. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. Remember, by any means necessary, keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, this is your year to become more. This is your year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now. theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face, not just your space. Go right now. theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah.
Love in this class. It's going to be crazy. About to be real crazy.